When I go to Donald Trump rallies and talk to his supporters, it's very common that their number one priority is the border, and they feel that immigrants coming in are threatening their values, their country. You mentioned earlier, it's not immigration, it's migration. Can you kind of expand on your community and the good things they're doing for America?
For me, I mean, like I say, I didn't cross the border crossed me. The border crossed us as a Mexican people.
Explain what you mean by that.
Like I said, I'm 20th generation on my dad's mother's side, 12th generation on my mom's dad's side, and 9th generation on my mom's side. I'm 3rd generation on my dad's side, who came over from Buenaventura, Coahuila in 1911, born in 1889, my grandfather. And but all the other grandparents were here and have been here since the 1600s. And so, when people tell me to go back to where I come from, I can pirouette and I'm home. Everybody else who's not indigenous to this hemisphere has to take a boat home, to go where they're indigenous too. And so for me, it's the height of disrespect, because we have, even in our state constitution here, we have an article that says that all Mexican people will be treated, and their property will be treated as citizens of this country. And it didn't say whether you're documented or undocumented. This is Colorado here that has this in the state constitution. This is what the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo of 1848 guaranteed. Safe crossing back and forth, whatever.
What do you have to say to these people, the Trump supporters, a lot of the anti-immigration force? From the higher level, it's about politics, because they don't want these people voting. And at the lower end, I think it's about racism. Can you kind of counter that narrative and talk about all the positive things?
One of the positive things in this country is about money, is that this undocumented people don't receive any of the services of this or benefits of this country, but they'll go to war for this country. They will die for this country, and they pay $11 billion in taxes a year. It's okay to pay taxes. You just can't receive any of the benefits from your taxes. So that's huge. The other thing is I urge them all to go online and watch A Day Without a Mexican. And who's going to do this, the hard service work that's done in this country? Who's going to watch your babies? Who's going to take care and put food on your table? Yeah, you can go buy it. You can think you're putting that food on your table, but you're not. Because I'll tell you what, you work one day in the fields, you're not gonna want to do that kind of work. Mm-hmm. And I know my dad had me and my brother work picking cotton in Texas for a month, and we know what that is. And we protested loudly. Why? He goes, so you know what we had to go through.
I could tell you, as a not yet 30-year-old limping around with a back issue, that's horrifying to me to have to do that. So I credit you.
For me, it is a big fear. Number one, Republican Party are nothing but fear mongers.
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
And it's always about who to blame and what to fear, and someone to blame and something to fear, and they play on people's most basic fears. And like Donald Trump just saying the other day, I love the poorly educated. Well, sure, because they're uninformed and they don't remember a soundbite from a week ago, and that's how they get their information, is sound bites. The other thing that I truly believe is that this country, the dominant society, white society that this country was started by, the mantra is what? Majority rules.
It's funny you say that, because my feeling is a lot of this is their fear of becoming the minority.
Exactly. Now majority rules. So that's been the mantra. So now that they're unbecoming the majority in different cities and maybe even states, especially here in the Southwest, the rule was majority rules. Well, now let's change the rules because it very well be that we may not be the majority, so we will not be in those positions of power, and we cannot control those positions of power, and we cannot continue to accumulate wealth and keep it away from other communities. We're human beings, just like you are, just like everybody with, 2 legs and 2 arms, and a brain, and a spirit. We're all human beings, and it depends on which way are we going to go. Are we going to go the way of materialism, or are we going to go the way of dignity and respect for all?
You think about the campaign now and the election now, the Republicans essentially felt before the Donald Trump tsunami that if they put forth a Rubio, that kind of checks the box, and they could say they're diverse and care about the Latino population.
And I think that's extremely patronizing in terms of their thinking like that. We are not just about immigration reform. I'm concerned that, we do want compulsory education through undergrad, through college. It's important. How do we, we can't even afford to get there, yet when we get there, then we become smart paupers after we graduate, and we got bills for the next 40 years, a mortgage for our education.
But according to Hillary Clinton and the Republicans, that's just, nothing comes for free, and that's not possible.
Like Senator Sanders, this is why I really respect him and support him, is that he has not went negative. He has stuck to the issues, and even with the corporate media that tries to get him into these fistfight contests with Hillary, he still redirects them back to the issues. But it is true, watching the debate, one of the first debates, Senator Sanders is talking about that we can do this, that it's about intent and will, that we can get this done, we can get universal health care, we can get compulsory education for our youth. And here is Secretary Clinton agreeing with him, but then in the second breath saying, but we can't do it. It's kind of funny because I'm thinking, well, Secretary, if you agree with him, then why don't you vote for him? This isn't going to end if Senator Sanders is not the nominee for the Democratic Party. There are millions of people that are supporting this man. There are millions of people who are fed up with the way things have run in this country and the status quo and establishment politics and the business as usual type of way things have run in this country, and are ready for change. And I think Senator Sanders has brought that cathartic moment to us.